Hi guys, welcome to Farm 26. Justin here. So the Newton, he's going to be a project, not a huge project, but I did go get some oats and from a bin over at Dad's. Ran them through them. I just kind of wanted to see what it would take to get them to electric, but before you do that, you got to kind of figure out what RPMs your fan, and I'm going to base it all off the fan because the fan is what's driven. And come up with, cranking it and cranking it and cranking it, and about 20 minutes later I kind of realized that, yeah, it's about 65, 70 cranks a minute gives you pretty good results. And when you do the math between, actually I might grab that to you. When you do the math between this gear, this hand crank gear, and this little gear here, I can't remember what the tooth mark was, but I wrote it down and kind of figured it out. And it ends up being that this fan here is somewhere between 600 and 650 ballpark. Well, with a 1250 or a 1750 RPM motor, I don't know what I got. I got to go find one. But the guy should roughly have a 2-to-1 ratio motor to fan. If you can run this fan about half speed, we might be able to get there. So if I pull my shaft out, as you can see is you got a little offset there, a little bell crank. That's what we got to do. We got to get him onto a gear to get him motorized. Okay, now on to what's wrong. So I pulled this shaft, and I did pull it because I wanted to know why that fan wasn't actually turning. Well, it would turn, but you could tell it wasn't driving nothing. Well, that was actually pretty easy. There's supposed to be 2 pins here that drive the fan. They were just missing. Problem solved. Couple roll pins. That's going to be fairly easy. However, this crank, let's get him in there right, runs there and he walks back and forth. Well, this is your shaker drive and this is your shaker drive. This one isn't too bad. This one, not too great. This one on the other side, worse. This one on the other side, about the same as this. So I don't know if we should, I don't know what to do there yet. I'm kind of debating on maybe some fiberglass kitty hair body filler. Maybe that would take up enough area. I really don't know. I know I think I could make this run through 100 bushels this year. I don't know how far I'm going to dive into that right now, but I am going to get that fan working right, and I do have to get that hole that's on the other side of this here. I do have to get him clean. So yesterday I said there was going to be a clean out issue. It's not a clean out issue, and I'll show you. So when your grain comes off of this top sieve here, your fines go down into this tray. The grain you want left goes into this little valley here, and that hole drops down into them. So we could leave him alone, but the trouble is you're going to have 3/4 of your screen not doing what it's supposed to be. But yeah, it just drops down here to your air scalp, and then from there it drops down to your final screen. But I think we're going to have to fix this hole. I do like the idea of getting all the fines I can out. I mean, that's a lot of your weed seeds, a lot of your yeah. If we can get him working right, that would be grand. And here's this side I got the crank in yet, and I know the light ain't great, but I don't know how much you can see that wiggling or not, and you can see the slop down there, even worse. Yeah. Now, one thing here, if I do drive that fan off of there with a belt pulley, I can just take the chain off the hand crank, and I can still, well, I don't want the hand crank just wheeling around. Someone's going to get hurt, probably me. And if I just take that chain off, run electric pulley here, down to motor here. I think we'll be all right. I think I'm just gonna make a little box around it that it sets down inside. I might take and drill a hole into here to capture him because he does walk. He's awful light. And just him shaking around, he's gonna be walking all over the place. And then another thing I might wanna do, this here, looks like it's a fairly big little box. Yeah, it's not. It's, man, if you hold a 5-gallon bucket, you're pushing it. So, all right, well, I'm gonna let you go now. I'm gonna kind of try and see what I can come up with for a pulley and maybe do something about that fan. I'll bring you back when I got something figured out there. There, I don't know how well you guys can see that or not. I'm kind of looking one place, but if you see that, right there, that little chunk of steel that's moving, well, on the top there is my pin. But I think that's just a cotter pin. I don't know if he's caught in there, you know, with a little pin here keeping him in or what. But if it's a matter of pulling this plate off and throwing a roll pin in, he might be a whole lot easier than I think. All right, I just thought I'd show you guys that. There, now I think I got, I know my hand's in the way here, but I think I got all my, oh sure, yeah, look at there. There's a screw holding in a roll pin. Not a big deal. We're just gonna have to remember to put this plate on the shaft first. You know, not a crazy deal. Well, if it's that easy, we might be in for some luck. Well, there you go. If you can see it real, oh yeah, you can see it all right. So I got my cotter pin in and I did the same on the other side. You know, it's a pretty, it's not tiny hole, but it's small enough where it really didn't pay to bring you guys in too much. But yeah, we got, all we're down to now as far as getting that fan to drive is to put our plate in, and he must be backwards. Well, anyways, you get the idea. We get our plate lined in and get our screws in, and then it's on to the other side, or on to the next. And there you go. In, and the fan's spinning the wrong way, but there you go. Had nothing but slip before. Can't really tell that there was a difference. Then again, the fix was about what it was, so, or what was there. Well, on to the next. All right, well, here we go. As you can see, fan's working a trick. And there is a tight spot in it, but your shaker pan, that was the worst one. She still got a little wiggle, but a lot better. Then there's that one, way better. The other side actually turned out tighter than this side. But, yeah, she's alive. We still are gonna have to dive into this and do something. I don't know what yet, but yeah, we're to the point where we could actually put electric to it. And even though that this is loose, I see there is a bit of a packing in there now. I don't know if that's, if they sandwiched some leather in there at one point, but this is the point where I can't tighten him up too much more, so. Yeah, we're gonna have to leave him be at that. Amazing, huh? I mean, that's a whole lot of shaking going on. All right. So today I had a bit of running around to do today, and in this box and this bushing here and this fan, I think we can get something motorized. Found a 1/4 horse motor, and these don't take that much to run. I think he's going to be just fine. But that 2-inch pulley there needs 5-inch and 5.5, 5 3/4, something like that, to get me proper RPMs. So I thought that was a 12 something RPM motor. It's not. It's 17, 25 or 50 or whatever it is. I don't know. I got it written down, and I did the math, and circumferences and all that stuff. But anyways, I'll get you set up on a tripod and we'll open some stuff up. All right, so we're gonna pull this, and I don't have them pinned in or anything, so it's gonna be pretty easy. We're gonna pull our gear out, our stack of washers. We're gonna pull our fan back, and we're gonna try our little hub here. Should be 1/2 inch, and he fits pretty good. I don't know if I'm gonna have to run him this way, put my bushing in to pin him, or not. But in here, so I had a choice uptown of 5 or 6 inches in a weld-on hub. I do got to do a weld-on hub because I need this real estate to fit that pin. And you know, he's gonna be close to the edge, but he'll be all right. There we go. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get into. Is it gonna work this way? Probably gonna have to take that arm off to. Well, if he's on backwards, and I'll take you off here real quick, that's not too bad. I mean, that's a little bit of clearance. Yeah, there you go. I mean, what is that, 1/4 inch maybe? That ain't so bad. All right, and then we'll back you up just a little bit, where you get more of an idea here. Nice little fan belt here, and set him on. Now we make a little frame, and there you go. Motor power. No more hand cranking. One thing to remember though, these the bearing in here isn't a roller bearing. It's just I'm gonna call it a friction bearing. You're running on oil, so this belt can't be super tight. So we're gonna have to kind of watch that. I think this is gonna work real nice here. Let's see how it fits on backwards. Yeah, I could even lay that down just a touch. That way, not so happy. I'd have to manufacture something here. Yeah, he's just going to be hanging out too far. We do have a lathe though, so I mean, I wouldn't say it's impossible to make him happy. But, let's see. So if he's that way, decisions. So I think we are going to end up milling a little bit off of that. That way he's sitting, you know, more natural. Natural, he could take about 1/8 off. Yeah, no more than 1/8. And then he would fit flush onto that. Then it would be a matter of, that could actually come off this side. Let's fit that up again. How nice is that? Yeah, we definitely don't want to get any closer. You want some clearance. Yeah, bring you in real quick. That's sitting how everything should ride, and doesn't look like there's a lot of clearance. I don't have a finger to push it between the pulley and that strap, but that's not too bad. and he's actually tucked in that little more than that eighth. I think that's what we're gonna do. We might have to drill our quarter or our little pin. We might have to put something new in there, but that's not the end of the world. All right, well anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Catch you next time.